set up a legit stream. He's got a tripod and all, so like no shaking.
Nice, nice.
So we're gonna have that. We'll have that in the Facebook group. It'll be lit. But
Yeah.
I ain't trying to pay $100 for the fight. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not paying for this fight. It could be over in fucking 10 minutes.
Exactly.
I'm not watching it. I mean, I'm not paying for it. Yeah, definitely not.
I'll watch it, yeah, but I'm not paying $100 for it. Do you even think it's close?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, man, it could happen.
I mean, I guess my thing is like, do you think I almost wonder, is it just scripted? You know? Like, there's obviously an entertainment factor to it.
Yeah.
So, how scripted...
Because someone made a great point. I mean, when do you ever see a guy that's never boxed, no record, face the best boxer ever? Like, that's just silly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, it's. But again, McGregor is. I mean, he's obviously taking a lot of blows to the head, so he should hang around. You know.
Yeah, he's definitely. He's been there before. Theo says, "I paid for the fight." Yeah, no, this is not Mike today. We got Jeremy filling in for Mike. You guys know him in the River Channel. Gives out his plays.
What's up, fellas?
Dude's the analyst. Much better at math than I am. But yeah, all right, Will. Let's get into it, man. Chicago and Philly, Kyle Hendricks and Ben Lively. What are your initial thoughts here?
Lively is really bad. I expect the Cubs to be one of the top chalk stacks of the night. Probably very good in cash games. Kyle Hendricks, maybe he'll get you 20 or 30 points on FanDuel, but he'll probably give up a few runs. So probably look for bats in this game and good implied total for both sides. I think it's a good spot to look at.
See, I'm with you, man. I think the Cubs bats are going to garner a ton more interest than the Philly bats. That's no doubt. But Kyle Hendricks historically has been worse on the road than he has been at home. So I could see some Philly bats here. They're also the hottest team in the last week with an ISO of 288. That's not a misspoken number. 288. Almost an ISO of fucking 300. So they're killing it. They're better at home. They have an ISO of 207 at home versus righties in the last 30 days. Home run per fly ball rate of almost 20%. I love Williams and Hoskins here from the Philly side. I think that's a two-man. If you want to stack them, throw in Cesar Hernandez. That fits a stack. And then looking at Chicago side, I'm with you, man. I love 2 through 5. Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, and Avila.
Yeah, we're on the same guys. I mean, if you want to value play, there's John Jay at the top of the order. But the power of the Chicago order is definitely Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Avila. And that Hoskins kid is on fire, man.
Dude, he's ridiculous since he got called up. So, and he's now priced like a premium outfielder, which, last week he was 2K?
Exactly.
So, I'm with you there. Obviously not pitching either guy here personally. Colorado, Atlanta, Kyle Freeland, Sean Newcomb. We got two lefties. Atlanta is actually the second hottest team in the last week. And they get Kyle Freeland, who has been okay, but he can get hit by right-handed hitters. So I'm really liking a Matt Kemp, Tyler Flowers, Ozzie Albies, Dansby Swanson spot here.
Yeah, the righties are all in play. I like Phillips too. He doesn't strike out as much at home. The righties are all in play, and I like the lineup. They're going left, right, all the way down the order. So it should give Freeland some trouble.
Yeah, I don't expect him to have a good outing here today. And then Newcomb, I don't know that I pitch him, but I just can't do a Rocky stack on the road, man. They are so bad as a road team.
Yeah, he doesn't give up a lot of hard contact. I think it's between 27% and 26% for lefties and righties. I would say the best play from Colorado is maybe Arenado, just because he doesn't strike out as much on the road. And he's the one Rocky that's pretty decent on the road. He has a WRC plus of 202, which is pretty elite, given that 100 is the baseline average. So he's well above that. He's probably the only one-off I would put in that game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Arenado kills lefties on the year. LeMahieu does well versus them too. I could see a two-man there, but there's no way I can do a team stack with Colorado and feel comfortable about it. Now, GPP, if you want to be contrarian, I could see it because there are those games where Colorado can go off and they do mash lefties.
Yep.
But just on the road, they're a different team, and so I see it as a GPP play. And that if you're running multiple lineups, if I'm running one lineup, I'm probably not running a Colorado stack. Detroit and Chicago. I think this is going to be another spot I'm avoiding Batson.
Yeah, I agree. Rendon is a great pitcher. He's really come into his own the last couple of weeks. The only one-off I see in this game from the Detroit side is Upton. We know what he does to lefties. And then even Buck Farmer, he's been pretty well as well. So not looking for many bats from this game.
Yeah, Buck Farmer gets the call back up. He actually looked really good in his couple starts that he made earlier in the year. Chicago's not exactly on fire right now, so I could see them. Their highest strikeout rate is at home versus righties, 26%. I see Jose Abreu and Justin Upton as one-offs from this game. I'm with you. I'm with Jeremy here that Rodon has just been pitching lights out. And while Detroit does do well versus lefties, I'll always give the edge to the pitcher.
I will say Farmer does give up a lot of hard contact to righties, almost 43%. So if you want to stack the Sox at home, yeah, just look for the righties.
Yeah, I'm with you. San Diego, Miami. I'm going back to my boy Dinelson Lamet today. It's going to be a very, very low-owned play. I already know. Miami is obviously swinging the bat well. They're the third hottest team in the league over the last 7. Probably in large part to Giancarlo Stanton and Marcell Ozuna, who have just been tearing the cover off the ball. So I'm with you on those two. Or on, I know you're on those two. We were talking earlier, Stanton and Ozuna.
Yeah.
And you like Yelich as well.
Yeah, so Lamet splits. He does well against righties. He's pretty bad against lefties. 39% hard hit rate versus lefties. So the lefties are in play. That's why I like D. Gordon to just basically get on base and for Yelich to possibly get him home with an RBI. But I don't expect the righties to dominate like they have been the last couple of days against Lamet.
Yeah, he's been fantastic versus righties and huge K rate. Miami doesn't strike out a ton, and they haven't been over the last week, so could be cause for concern, but I'm going to ride the upside here and pitch Lamet on DK as an SP1. So that's where I'm going. I do like Perella, Spangenberg, and Sanchez from the Padres if you want some cheaper bats. Despaigne is nothing special. He's making a spot start today, as far as I know, so.
Yeah, I'll throw Solarte in there.
Okay. Yeah,
because he's
cheap.
He has a 10, and he only strikes out like 10% versus lefty. So it's a safe play if you want to throw him in there, cheap.
Gotcha. What are your thoughts on the Cleveland Indians today?
Oh yeah, I love me some Cleveland today. I don't even know which guys are going to go off, but I sure want to attack Jason Hamill. This guy's he's going to have some problems today, I think. Lindor, obviously, is most likely going to be the chalkiest shortstop today. He's, I think, the top pay-up option.
Yep.
And then the coin toss between Encarnacion and Carlos Santana will be a tough one as well. Jay Bruce is on fire right now. And, of course, Jose Ramirez. So I really like Cleveland. On the Kansas side, Eric Hosmer is really the only guy I was eyeing just because of his recent profile. And then if you want to stack that, obviously everyone before him would be a stack option just for them to get on base. But Hosmer is the guy that's going to give you the power.
I got you. I like Hosmer and Moose personally, the lefties versus Clevenger. But I'm not stacking Casey. I'm with you there. But I do love Cleveland. They're my number one stack of the day. I got Lindor. Ramirez is way too cheap on FanDuel. if you decide to go there. 2,900. And then I love Jay Bruce. He's a pay up option. And then Santana, cheaper than Encarnacion, and I like his spot a little better. So I'm going to go Santana over Encarnacion today and hope that doesn't bite me in the ass.
Yeah. Or just make 2 lines.
Yeah. There you go. Tampa and St. Louis. What are your thoughts on the Tampa lineup today versus Mike Leake, who has not been good?
So I like the leadoff guy. He's been really hot. Kevin Krameyer, is that how you say his name?
Mm-hmm.
I always mess up his names. And of course, Lucas Dutta. He's in a good spot. But I really like Blake Snell. I think he's a really good GPP pitcher today. He's been pitching amazing for the last couple of weeks, so he's in a good spot. The only guy I could see really getting to him is a arrested Tommy Pham or Paul DeJong. So,
who I really like, or the thing I really like about Blake Snell, you hit on it, he's been pitching great, is his walk rate is now under 7%, and it's been decreasing. So last 30, it's I think 6.6, and last 14, it's 5.5. So him limiting the walks is what's going to allow him to go deeper into the games and not run up that pitch count, because that's always been his Achilles heel is the walks. He has the K upside. We know that. St. Louis is moderately hot right now. They're top half of the league in terms of WOBA. They're not a huge strikeout team, so again, it's kind of just hoping that Snell stuff is on, because if pitchers are on, I think they will outweigh the bats. So I'm looking at Snell as an SP2 option, absolutely great price option on FanDuel at 6,700. He has upside, so I think Snell is a solid GPP play today. Wouldn't play him in cash, but do like him in GPP.
Yeah,
and you can get all the bats you want.
Exactly.
And you guys know our strategy on that. We love the bats. SF in Arizona, Madison Bumgarner, Taijuan Walker. Bumgarner has not been himself this year. I still don't think I team stack against him, but I do look at Goldschmidt and JD as one-offs. They kill lefties. And then I kind of like some SF bats against Walker.
Yeah, I definitely like the SF bats in this game. I'm not pitching Bumgarner. I don't see the reason to. There's just too many factors that come into play. The ballpark, Arizona is usually better at home, and then you have 2 guys that destroy lefties, so it's not a good spot for him. But on the SF side, definitely the bottom of the order looks really good. There's some lefties down there that should give Walker a problem. Actually 4 of them in a row. So I'm looking at Crawford, Pablo, Panic, and Ryder Jones.
Yeah, and I like actually Denard Span rounding that out at the top too if you wanted to reverse that back around.
Yep.
So I'm with you. Pablo is 2,300 on FanDuel and 33 on DraftKings. I think he's a extremely cheap third base option that's going to give you some salary savings. I like that. Panic at second base for 3K and 3.4. Ryder Jones, also damn near minimum salary on both sides. So I'm with you. I like the bottom of the Giants order against Walker. Just for some salary savings and some potential cheap upside. Houston, LA, I am pretty much fading this entire game. I like Peacock, but other than that, not too much.
Yeah, I'm right behind you, man. I think Springer was like the one pay-up GPP option I thought of in this game, just because Houston away, he gets 4 at-bats leading off. That should be pretty safe, but I'm not looking to stack anything from this game, just in my own opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I like Springer as a one-off against Skaggs, but other than that, not really looking anywhere else. Maybe Altuve, but you're paying up for it. And the problem is the Astros just aren't hot as a team anymore, and I just don't think they're worth their salaries. They're going to have to drop for me to want to roster them again.
Yeah.
And then Mike Trout, Mike Trout's been cold in the last couple games. I mean, he's significantly cooled off, so I don't think I can pay for him, but we know his upside. So if you do decide to get Trout, know the upside that comes with it, but he hasn't been as hot.
Yeah, the only hot angel is Calhoun, I think.
Yeah. And a good thing with Peacock is he has also severely limited his walks, which is allowing him to pitch deeper into games, and hence you see the better numbers overall for him as well. So, talk
Yep,
about limiting the walks. You walk when you need to, not out of lack of control.
that's right.
And then lastly, we got Milwaukee, Los Angeles. Kenta Maeda did his thing last night for us. I know we were both on him.
Hmm.
Ross Stripling will be on a 40 to 50 pitch count. So even though his numbers look good on the screen, he is a bullpen arm. He will not pitch deep into this game, regardless of how well he's going. Expect a bullpen game from Los Angeles, who we know has one of the better bullpens in the game. However, depending on who they bring in, if they bring in a guy like Tony Watson or Singrani, both of those arms are not good, and so they can be attacked. So, but that's the problem is you're basing this stack off of Los Angeles not having the lead, because if those arms are brought in, Los Angeles is not going to have the lead, and obviously they won't bring in their Pedro Baez and Kenley Jansen to save out the game if they're not winning. So if you're stacking Milwaukee, I think you got to hope that they get to Stripling early, and that prevents the better bullpen arms from entering the game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, Stripling's probably in a good spot, but he's not going to. He reminds me of who was that Toronto pitcher earlier this year that was really young. He's only going to last you like maybe 3 or 4 innings,
Exactly,
and so
yeah.
he might get a strikeout each inning, but it's not going to be enough from a DFS standpoint to even help you cash. I mean, unless your bats really go off. So I wouldn't risk it, but I mean, he's cheap enough if you want to squeeze every top bat in your lineup. I'm looking at the Dodgers on this game. Obviously, Granderson, Seager, Grandal, basically all the lefties, and Turner fits the stack. So I would lean on the Dodgers side for this. We know that Zach Davies does give up more ISO to the lefties, so I think it's a safer play. The Dodgers do strike out a lot, so the top of the order is a safer stack. The bottom of the order are in the 20s from a strikeout rate. So,
yeah, I like 3 lefties on the Dodgers side, and it's Seager, Granderson, Grandal. Grandal's been hot. Granderson's been hot since he joined the Dodgers, and we know what Seager can do. So they are pricey on both sides, but I do like those 3 if you wanted to get some late exposure here. And games will end early tonight. Last game is this one at 9:10 Eastern. So
yep.
Games will be more lumped together. So that is where we are at. I believe both of us have our write-ups and plays in River already posted. So make sure to check that out if you couldn't watch the whole video. But other than that, best of luck today. Unless you have anything else to add, Jarrett.
The money team.
Yeah, so we posted a poll on Twitter. I'm interested to see who you guys think. I mean, because I think McGregor has like 45% of the votes right now, which I feel like that's bias in the sense of people want him to win, not think he's going to win.
I feel like any Vegas movement right now is just bias. Yeah, it's pathetic, man. This guy's
he's gonna do that towel wave, the dry in your hands when you see that on Facebook.
I saw that. That was ridiculous. I mean, he'll last a couple of rounds. I can't see him getting knocked out because Floyd is not gonna go attack him. Mm-hmm. So McGregor's gonna do all the attacking. Floyd's gonna counter. It's going to be pretty boring, actually, I think.
That's why I'm not paying $100 for it.
Yeah.
I just can't. Yeah, I can't.
But I mean, what if it just really gets ridiculous, right? What if McGregor gets annoyed and starts kicking, or I don't know, starts doing a takedown or something?
Fuck. Yeah, Leroy says you can't make any money on Floyd. That's true, man. You got to bet the house. Yeah. You have to bet literally your entire house to make money on Floyd tonight. So. Yeah. If you're a betting person, I just don't see why you make a bet on at all. If you want, throw like $5 on Connor and hope that you get lucky. But
exactly,
I'm with you. So
look at the rest of the card.
Yeah, do the undercards.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, that is where we are at. Appreciate it again as always. Have a wonderful and cash happy Saturday, and we'll see you guys later.
Later, guys.